You tuned in to the 7-day theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
The charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled D4vd, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time. These charges include the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation. These special circumstances carry with it, along with the first-degree murder charge, a maximum sentence of life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty, including continuous sexual acts, lewd and lascivious sexual acts with an individual under 14 years old, and mutilating a human remains of a body.
What up, my people? Hard body, hard spirit. Check this. Just like the thumbnail said, this is the most disturbing case of our time. And I'm going to tell you why. David gave us videos, imagery, and songs of what he was going to do before he did it. Right? He gave us lyrics, imagery, and songs and videos of the crime he committed before he did it. You heard the DA. The DA said this is first-degree murder, which means he premeditated this murder. It wasn't a crime of passion. None of that. He knew. He thought about what he was gonna do for months and months before he did it. Okay, first-degree murder with special circumstances. Those special circumstances are lying in wait, which means he laid in wait and waited for Celeste to be in his presence, and then he murdered her. Okay? Committing a crime for financial gain. He unalived her, he murdered her because she was going to expose him for the relationship that he had with her, right? That's the committing crime for financial gain part, right? He knew that, or she said either they had an argument or they probably had an argument, right? And she said, "Well, okay, well, all right, well, I'm gonna expose you. And look." She already exposed him live on camera. Everybody done seen the clip of David and Celeste on live on camera when she said he said to her, I media trained you. That's controversial. That's controversial that I media trained you. And her response was, she said it on camera. She said it live on camera. Her response to that, of what David said to her, of that he media trained her and that's controversial, she said, it's controversial that you're graping kids. She literally said that on live. Out her mouth, she said that. So she was going to expose her relationship with him. He's an adult, she's 14, and the relationship started not when she was 14, even though it doesn't matter because she's already a minor. But their relationship started when she was 11, 12 years old. That's how young she was when he was abusing her. 11 or 12 years old. I have an 11-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, I have a 5-year-old, I have a 16-year-old. To even imagine, to even think that my 11-year-old will be in a relationship with an adult it's unimaginable, to be honest. It's unimaginable. And then the third charge that comes with the first degree murder with special charges, committing a crime for financial gain, and also murdering a witness in an investigation. He was already being investigated for what he was doing with Celeste, for his relationship with Celeste, his sexual relationship with Celeste. He's an adult. He's 20, 21. He's an adult. He is messing with and in a relationship with a child. Okay? With a child. Now, I say this is one of the most disturbing cases because he not only premeditated this crime, but he put it in songs, he put it in videos, he put it in imagery. I totally believe, like, as far as like the R. Kellys and the Bill Cosbys and all them, right? I really do believe in separating the art from the artist, right? I can still listen to an R. Kelly song and still condemn him for what he did, right? As far as his crimes, because he also messed with underage women on camera, literally on camera. So, but I still believe in separating the art from the artist, okay? Except in this case. This nigga is a straight demon. Just there's no redemption in this story. This man can't be redeemed. He not only had a relationship with a child that was 11 and 12 when he started the relationship, but also unalived her at 14. 14 years old, this child was unalived. And we don't even know if she was, we don't even know how exactly she was murdered. We don't know. They released the autopsy report that said she was unalived with a sharp object. But we don't know if she was tortured before that. We don't know how many days she lived and was in pain and tortured before she died. We don't know that. But judging by how she was found in the trunk, in the front trunk of David's car, in two separate cadaver bags, mind you. Cadaver bags, not just no random trash bag. He went as far as to buy cadaver bags, the bags that the coroners used to put dead bodies in. That's what she was found in. Her head and torso was in one bag. Everything else was in another bag. Let me say that again. Her head and torso was in one bag. All her other body parts was in another bag. So David, and I'm going to say David because they haven't charged anybody else with doing this. A lot of people want to say, let's clear the air on this right now. I see No Jumper making videos and talking about, and Poetic Flacco talking about, oh, they don't have evidence, or they messed up the case and all this. The LAPD did, and really No Jumper. A lot of those guys on there was bringing up this point, the point, and TMZ brought up this point to begin with. Oh, she might have overdosed. Oh, she might have just overdosed, and then they just put her body in the trunk of the car. Okay, right? Okay. But they dismembered her body. So tell me, please explain to me how a sane person is around somebody that overdoses off drugs and doesn't call the ambulance, doesn't call 911, doesn't call anybody, right? And not only that, but also decides, oh shit, she overdosed. Let's dismember her body. Not just not not call the police or not call the ambulance, not bury her or put her in the trunk. No, she overdosed, so let me dismember her body. I really got to emphasize that, because I just watched a No Jumper clip of them talking about how he was framed and he couldn't have done this, and she might have overdosed. So tell me, if someone overdosed by you, if someone overdosed in your presence, would the first thing what would you have dismembered the body of the person who overdosed? How does that make sense? How in any world, any time, how does that make sense? Someone overdoses, right, and dies, which that's not your fault. If someone overdoses and dies, that's not your fault, unless you literally handed them the drugs, right? If they took drugs on their own accord, that's on them if they overdose. So why you would think that, oh, she overdosed, and so they dismembered the body and they had to cut up the body? What? How does that make sense? No, it don't make sense at all. The only person that had motive to unalive this child was David. He was in a relationship, in a sexual relationship with this child. And he was already, and according to the DA, he was being investigated for that relationship. For exactly that relationship. And the financial gain part, as far as committing a crime for financial gain, she went over to his house, according to the DA, and was never heard of again. She was gone. Nobody heard from her again. She went to his house, which they probably had an argument. She probably went to somebody else's house, whoever's house she went to, right? They probably had an argument, and she probably threatened to, hey, I'm gonna expose you. You messing with me, and you got this career you think you about to have, but you're messing with me. I'm gonna expose you, right? He probably played it cool, like, oh, okay, whatever. And then he probably waited a few days. Hey, come on, why don't you come over? I wanna see you. Blah blah blah, right? That's why he has that special circumstance charge of lying in wait. Because he knew she was gonna expose him. He played it off and tried to act like he didn't care. Hey, come over here. Hey, we're having a party. We're kicking it over here. We're drinking. Whatever it is. He lured her over there so he could unalive her. That's what the DA said. That's what the DA said. For everybody that, like, I don't even know how this overdose thing came about. I think it first started with TMZ, and it probably started from David's lawyers putting misinformation out. Because that's definitely misinformation. Like, who dismembers a body because the person overdoses? Who does that? That don't even make that, like, just common sense wise, that don't make sense. Oh, this person overdosed. Let me cut up their body and put them in the trunk and hide it. That don't make sense at all. If someone overdoses, yeah, you might hide it. You might put them in the trunk. You might not call the ambulance if you're scared or whatever. But to dismember a body because they overdosed don't make no sense at all. Like, not even a little bit. And then I see the note they was talking. Another dude was on No Jumper was talking about, oh, he was framed. He was raised in the suburbs, and he was homeschooled, and he's 5'5", 130, whatever. They make power tools, my guy. They make power tools. You don't have to be no damn bodybuilder to dismember a body. They make power tools. So for them to say, oh, he couldn't have did this, he was framed, blah blah blah. No, he was the only one that had motive to do this. The only one. He was the only one in a relationship with Celeste He was the only one that his career and money was in jeopardy because of his relationship with Celeste. So he was the only one that would have gained from Celeste's murder and nobody finding out about it, right? He was the only one that could have gained from that, because she threatened, and listen, she wasn't a quiet, silent type child. She was a confident. She had a loud mouth. If she felt like something was the truth, she was gonna say it. Right? You can tell that in that video where she got into an altercation with her neighbors. There's a video online that came out a little bit after this, after this all came about. A video surfaced of her arguing with her neighbors, and they're telling her, "Why you saying the N-word, and why you doing this?" She said, "I'm not Mexican. I'm this and that," and she wasn't backing down. They was arguing with her, and she was not backing down. Right? So she wasn't the type to just keep quiet. Like if David told her something, oh no, don't say this, don't say that. She wasn't that type, right? She wasn't that type at all. If she felt like something was on her heart and she had to say it, she was gonna say it. Okay. Now, as far as this is why I say it's the most disturbing case of our time, because this sick little bitch gave us imagery, put out imagery and lyrics and songs that alluded to what he was already planning on doing and what he did. He had a song called "This House Is Not My Home." This house is not my home. In the video, he talks about how he tells his mother, the lyrics go, he tell my mother I'm sorry, tell my father just the same, tell my sister I might as well have gone insane, right? So in the video, in his house, he burns down the house. His other character, the evil character of him, the Tommy character, burns down the house that he's in, right? And not only that, we got the video of him literally unaliving someone and putting them in his trunk. The evil Tommy character that's supposed to be him, but the evil him, he gets unalived, he's dead, and they put him in the trunk. And in every video, literally almost every video that he has, there is a woman or a girl in the video that looks exactly like Celeste. Literally, the curly hair, light skin. Every video has a female that looks exactly like Celeste in it. Every video that he dropped. This is why I say, okay, yeah, I can separate the art from the artist, but in this case, no, I can't. I cannot. He literally gave signs and lyrics and imagery of what he was gonna do, right? And there's Discord messages. Y'all can go search for them or research them if y'all want to, of him literally saying, I like corn more. I like gore more than I like corn, right? All right, if y'all can understand what I'm saying. He was into gore, like gore videos, videos of people being unalived, backroom videos, snuff films. He liked snuff more than he liked sexual videos, if y'all get what I'm saying. And there's proof of that. There's messages of this in Discords. It's been came out months ago. This has come out of him saying, I like gore. I'm into gore. This is a emo kid that is into horror, not just horror, not just movies, but he's into gore, actual videos of people being unalived, people being set on fire, like people being tortured, like this type of shit. This emo little weird ass bitch is into. Okay? So for people saying that, oh, he was only 5'5" and he just so small and he could have never done this. Yeah, he could have done this because he was into this shit. This is what he liked. This weird little bitch, this is what he liked. And I got 4 kids. I got three sons and 1 daughter. 3 sons and 1 daughter. And when the DA said this is a parent's worst nightmare, yeah, it is. He's not lying. For all my parents out there, for people who have kids, this is literally the worst thing you can think of. That you don't want to think of. That could happen to your child, is that your child goes out one night and never comes back again. This is what David did to that family. And he said their grief is unimaginable, and I couldn't even imagine their grief because I don't want to. I don't want to. And this case hit me because of the fact she was a child. The only case that reminds me of this is the Casey Anthony. Right, and right now there is a murderer walking free because Casey Anthony was found not guilty in the murder of her own child, Kaylee Anthony. Kaylee Anthony was like three years old when she was unalived. I watched that trial from start to beginning, followed the case from start to beginning. Casey Anthony murdered her child, and she's free right now. I don't want to see that happen with Celeste. I want Celeste to get justice. I want David to rot in prison till the day he dies or get the death penalty. Because even if he wasn't the actual one to unalive Celeste, let's say he wasn't, he still was in a relationship, in a sexual relationship with a 11-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, right? People like that, they can go to hell. They can go to hell, straight up. I got no mercy for PDF files at all. They can all die, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, though. Like, share, subscribe, 7-Day. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.
You're now listening to the 7-Day.